Once upon a time, there was a local tyrant who relied on his uncle, a government official in the area, to accumulate a lot of wealth through forced buying and selling. Later, after his uncle passed away, he lost his protection and decided to become a legitimate businessman, opening a large antique shop. However, because he had offended many people in the past, a group of individuals began targeting him. One morning, a wealthy looking young man named Charles entered the shop holding three antiques. He said to the owner, "I have urgent business that requires me to travel far away. I have two porcelain pieces and a fan that I can't take with me. I'll pay you $10,000 as a storage fee. If someone is interested, you can sell them for me, but they must be sold as a set with a minimum price of $200,000. The owner examined the antiques and quickly realized they were all replicas, unlikely to sell. However, since Charles had already paid the $10,000 storage fee, the owner casually agreed. At that moment, the owner had already fallen into a trap, and the following series of events left him with no way to escape. 3 days later, an elderly gentleman dressed in fashionable clothes came into the shop with his grandson. They wandered around looking at the antiques, with the old man explaining to his grandson how to distinguish genuine antiques. The owner assumed this man must be an expert. Suddenly, the old man noticed the three antiques on the shelf and angrily scolded the owner. How could such a famous antique shop sell fake goods? The owner hurriedly explained that the items were stored there by someone else and did not belong to the shop. Only then did the old man calm down. He picked up the fan, examined it, and said, "This fan is a fake too. But..." He stopped mid-sentence, then continued to admire the fan for a while. Suddenly, he turned to the owner and said, "I'll pay $30,000 for this fan." This completely puzzled the owner. He thought, why would someone offer such a high price for a fake fan? Could there be something special about it? The owner quickly replied, "This fan is being sold on consignment. If you really want to buy it, you must purchase all three items together for no less than $250,000. The owner was clever, knowing that if he could sell them, he would make an extra $50,000. The old man's face darkened. "I'm already offering a very high price at $30,000 for this item, and you have the audacity to ask for $250,000? With that, he left with his grandson. The scheme was gradually unfolding, and the owner was falling deeper into the trap. For the next few days, the old man returned to negotiate the price with the owner. The owner, confident that he had the upper hand, refused to lower the price from $250,000. After 20 days, the old man finally agreed to buy the items for $240,000. He sighed and said, "What can I do? I just really love the calligraphy on this fan." At this point, the grandson remarked, "Grandpa, didn't you say the fan was ugly? You're only buying it because it's a replica of Su Dongpo's calligraphy by Master Zhang." This statement was intentionally made for the owner to hear. Upon hearing this, the owner was shocked. He thought, Master Zhang is a renowned contemporary artist. If this is truly his work, it would be worth at least $800,000, not just $240,000. However, the deal had already been struck, and going back on it would damage the shop's reputation. While the owner was still processing this information, the old man continued, "I'm here visiting a friend, and I only have $40,000 left. How about this? I'll pay you $40,000 as a deposit, and I'll go home to get the rest of the money. I'll return in 7 days to pay the balance. If I don't return within 7 days, the $40,000 will be yours, so you won't lose anything." The owner readily agreed. The old man then added, "But what if someone else buys the fan within those 7 days? I would have come all this way for nothing. Let's make an agreement. If the fan is sold to someone else, you must compensate me double the amount, which is $480,000. The owner thought, once you're gone, I'll get an expert to authenticate the fan. If it really is a genuine work by Master Zhang, I don't mind paying you double. If it's fake, I'll still make a profit when you come to pick it up." Either way, he figured he couldn't lose, so he agreed without hesitation. At this point, the owner still hadn't realized something was wrong. The next day, Charles reappeared. The owner hadn't yet had a chance to authenticate the fan. Charles, seeing that the items hadn't sold, said he wanted to take them back. The owner panicked. knowing that if Charles took the fan, he would lose $480,000. The only way to keep the fan was to buy it from Charles, so the owner ended up paying $200,000 to purchase the three items. Charles took the money and left the shop, and the owner felt pleased, thinking he was about to make a huge profit. However, neither the old man nor Charles ever returned, and they both disappeared without a trace.